Welcome you to this very live broadcast today, being the 27th day in the month of May 2026. Once again, my name remains Lionman Leone. Lionman Leone, I hail from Obingwa. Obingwa is in Abia province of Biafra land. By the special grace of Chukwu Okikabiama Primi Henile, I voluntarily to offer my service to the people of Biafra as one of the media helping hand and also a deputy national coordinator here in the land of Brazil. Nobody forces me, rather I found the voice that was calling for a sound nation. Then I answered to that very voice. And since I answered that voice in 2016 till date, I have never shifted my attention from IPOB because I believe in unity. I believe in coming together, then we have the force that we need to achieve something. And that voice I heard was the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I answered that call. The reason why that call was answered is because with every reasoning and everything he lined out, and with the scenarios of Nigeria state, which I understood very well, and I found it very, very important that we all rally around him so that we can see how we can deliver everybody, including the Yorubas, including the Hausas, including the Funanis. Because whenever you hear Funani are the problem, it's not every Funani. We have the distinguished Funanis as well who hate crime, who hate evil. They said, in the midst of bad ones, there is also a good one. In the midst of good ones, there is also bad ones. We must not take that fat away. Why I find it very important to come online today, as you all know, I hardly come online on weekly days except weekend, because I'm a very, very busy person. Freedom is not a career. And since I joined this very struggle, I have contributed my quota in terms of physical efforts, in terms of necessary contribution, financial contribution. Like most of you may know, there are people who came into this very movement for financial survival or for connection. Of course, that's mindset of human being. We must not take that away from human being as well. But I can tell you by myself, not for another person, God have helped me so much that I don't think I need connection. I don't think I need connection. I always tell people, because whatever I need, or whatever I want to search for or long for, God has given me the route, know where to approach, and know where that I enter with this my feet, that I will be rejected. This is how I built myself, because I don't disappoint people. What I can do, I will tell you, I will do this. What I cannot do, I will tell you, let us see what God can do. Because nobody knows if God can empower me to do it, so that I will place you on this statement. Let us see what God can do. Not let us see what I can do, what God can do. You see, Rangers FC in our land, you see, this is what I keep on teaching some of us. That is why I said IPOB, if our people take away selfish interest, take away greed, take away envy, unnecessary envy. There is sometimes envy that is very necessary, but unnecessary envy, believe me, IPOB meant well. Not just for the people in eastern region of Nigeria as Biafrans. IPOB meant well to every tribes and every race in Nigeria because of their engagement on the activities. Like Mazi and Kanu said once in Radio Biafra, he said, known like IPOB and known will be like IPOB. After us, there's none that will be. And that word is confirmed. We are different in terms of our mindset and our thoughts. We are purely and absolutely different. FC Rangers in Nigeria, in our land, I want to remind them of something, and I want to use this opportunity to reach out to the governor of Enugu State, Governor Pitamba. You see, I keep on telling people, how you prepare your bed is how you are going to lay on that bed. And how you keep your house is how the visitor that come into the house will respect him or herself in that very house. When you put your house in order, your house is very neat, clean, and the visitor that is visiting you coming with a dirty shoe or a dirty clothes, the moment you approach that house, see how things are organized, that visitor will begin to judge him or herself instantly. In their mind, they will begin to judge themselves. Am I suitable to be in this place? This place is very neat. Then, if that visitor is to stay for a bit time in that particular place, you don't need to teach that. You don't need to talk to that visitor how to stay neat in that environment. When the visitor look around, see that everybody that is in that house is very neat, that visitor will keep him or herself neat in order way to be suitable in that environment. You don't need to tell that visitor anything, because that visitor have eye, he can see. You see, I keep on telling people, respect is a command. How did you command respect for yourself? Matters a lot. I keep on telling our politicians, learn to command respect for yourself. What I mean by yourself, for yourself is when you command respect for your people, that means you have command respect for yourself. You see, there are some activities as a politician you need to be wise, you need to be you need to be very smart. You see, Biafra Remembrance Day is not something that anybody can come try to challenge. Anybody who is trying to challenge Biafra Remembrance Day, I think that person needs serious mental checkup. I think that person needs serious mental checkup. Like I always say, it's not necessary that everybody agreed on the ideology of restoring Biafra. In every argument, you have the right to stand either in support or against. That is our fundamental right. And that is how IPOB have been playing the role and gradually moving. You don't need to force anybody. This has been the manifesto of IPOB. We don't need to force anybody. That is why when we noticed the atom of enforcement, when Mazi and Kanu was kidnapped newly, we kick against it. Everybody can be our witness. IPOB leadership kick against it. The media personnel in IPOB kick against it. Because we don't believe in violence and we don't believe in imposing our ideology on anybody. But we believe in preaching, having conversation, having superior argument, then bring conviction to the mind of the people. This is what makes you a man, and this is what makes you an intellectual, not by force. When you force, that means you have nothing to offer. If you see any group or any organization or individual forcing things into people, it has nothing to offer. That person is empty. So the only way he can draw things to himself is by force. And intelligent people doesn't force people. Doesn't force people. You approach people. You talk. You talk intelligent. People will be convinced and deal with you. Not by a forcing. Pitamba. There is no family in the eastern region that was not affected during that Biafra genocide. This is where over 3-something million children were starved to death. This is where millions of women died. Millions of young men, elderly men died. In one way or another, there is no family that was not affected. Am I saying was? That it means then. Past tense. Till death, we have been targeted in Nigeria. We are being targeted in every part of Nigeria. We are being targeted in the north, we are being targeted in the west, we are being targeted even in our own land. So, Peter Mba, with all due respect, I'm giving you the respect as a governor. As a governor of a state in Biafra land. Peter Mba, sometimes learn a perfect politics. Now, Peter Mba, I want to teach you something that called politics. Peter Mba, some of you, sometimes I wonder, I begin to have doubts or something about your educational value. Last time I stayed, I asked myself, when I make research about Soludo, I begin to wonder, say, what is the girl of Soludo academic background? After studying and being kind of educated person, but his activities in Anambra State became a very disgrace to the educated people. You see, if Soludo were fall into the line of Edo State governor, which we know that one only God knows if he even attend primary school, I won't be talking. But you know my painful part over Soludo issue is he is truly educated, not forgery. Academically educated. But I think something is wrong by his upbringing. Remember what I always tell people, I said, I, Lion Man, cannot offer what I don't have. And nobody on earth can offer what he or she does not possess. It's impossible. If you see a man of peace, anywhere he is as a governing body, watch that environment, he will offer peace. If you see a man that is full of evil, no matter the position you give, what will reign there is evil. This is how the nature of life is. Peter Mba, don't make mockery of yourself. Don't make mockery of yourself. Be smart. Be a smart man. What I mean by be a smart man, when it comes to command respect for your race, back it up. 30th May annually is a sacred day, including those who believe in Biafra and those who does not believe. It have nothing to do with Biafra. When you respect your heroes, you have automatically placed respect on your forehead as a sign which others will look and see that sign in your forehead and they respect that very sign. Don't let your enemy be the one to tell you your story. Because when your enemy presents your story, you are gone. Because the enemy will surely twist. They will twist the story in other way to heap more blame on you. Because there is no way your enemy will want you to be victorious over them. That is why you present your story by yourself. Imagine somebody, let me crack one joke. Imagine somebody who went to Israel and he went to Judea in Israel, begin carry Bible and start telling them about Jesus. And the community where he is preaching is where Joseph and the whole story they said about Jesus were generated from. Somebody came out and said, and an indigenous of that place came out and said, stop. You don't know what you're talking about. And the person is standing in front of the community elders in Israel, telling them they don't know what they're saying. And they look at him. He was telling them, they said, come. They even carried him and said, look at the Joseph house here. Look at the Mary family. This Obi here. What are you talking about? He said, I will tell you about Jesus. I will be the one to analyze Jesus for you because you don't know Jesus. They said, shut up your mouth. They have to bundle him and throw him into flight and send him back to Africa. Because he want to go and tell the people their story. He can tell that story where you are far away. Not to come to the people's domot, try to tell them who they are or what happened. They know it more than you. They know the story more than you. The problem of most of our politicians is, till date, they have never realized that IPOB activities or a march has changed the atmosphere of what they believed before. Things normally change. You see, change is constant. What is constant is change. I remember vividly those days. Every Igbo person who is political ambitious also want to build God's father from the west or from the north. But I can tell you today, that pattern doesn't work again. Because something has changed. There is force that has entered. And people are very eye-open now to monitor things by themselves, not by what you tell them. You are a governor, and you want to prove to your slave masters or those you believe that brought you into power that you are loyal to them. Are you supposed to be loyal to your people, or are you supposed to be loyal to foreigner? As a governor and as a governing body, your loyalty is supposed to be to the people that you are governing. Not the people being loyal. You know, everything turned upside down in Nigeria. Like what I always said about politicians in abroad are loyal to their people. But in Nigeria, the politicians want the people to be loyal to them. Politician is eager for the people to be loyal to them. And that is why they are messing everything up. Being a politician means you are a serviceman or a servicewoman to your people. Are we not changing service into... That's what being a politician means. That is why when you see some successful or industrialists or investors in abroad, they don't want to near corridor of politics. They always avoid it. They always avoid it. Because they understand that you are a servant to your people. What your people want is what you will do, not what you want you impose it on people. No, it doesn't. That is not politics. That is not politics. You must engage in consultation. How do you, Peter, but what you will do? That's why I say, whenever most of you who are up there, try to get good people around you. You see, do you know how governors are being, how they choose their PA here in abroad, or the advisors here in abroad? Do you know how they choose them? I want to ask many people. Do you know how they select them? You can never see a governor in abroad or a president in abroad or a senator in abroad having a PA that he is the one financially sustaining. It's not possible. Let me tell you about something. If you want to have a PA as a governing body, you must choose somebody that is financially independent. Even, I may advise you, look for somebody that is even more richer than you. Make him your PA, personal assistant. And you see how successfully you are going to be in your career or politics. Because that man is financially independent, even a little bit more than you before you enter power. His advice will be authentic to you. Because he is not dependent on you to eat or to drink water. But the problem most of all these African politicians have is that they always like to get people they can control. Sit down here, the person sit down here, do here. No, that is not the interpretation of PA. When you have people you can tell, stand up here, go, come, go, do this, or go and call me that woman. I want to sleep with that woman. And that person can tell you, sir, is it necessary? Immediately, I want to go and call that woman for me. I want to sleep for the person. Just stand up. He move, because the person is a slave. You don't expect slave to give you good direction, because you are the master. He is the slave. Whatever you say, he will obey, and that is always what brings disaster in political arena of Nigeria. Empty loyalists, hungry loyalists. Desperate loyalists who want to survive by all means. Peter Mba, with all due respect, go in your office, use your tongue and count your teeth. Now ask yourself a very simple question. Why do I try to challenge respect myself? Just look at yourself in the mirror and say, why do I try to challenge my self-respect? Because that of men is simply for self-respect and the respect for the heroes. Those who fought empty-handedly, tried to preserve us. Without them today, there would be no us here today. Because most of us are giving birth after the war. Imagine everybody was wiped out. Somebody like me couldn't have been born. But we should remember there are people who made it possible, who made that particular desire of Nigerian state never to come true. There are men and women who stood their ground, give up their life, take bullet, so that our parents will be preserved. Today we are here. They give birth to us. If those people were not available, all of us will die. All of us couldn't have been in existence in this world today. Because those who brought us to the world could have died. So this is what we're talking about here. It's not something, it has anything to do with IPOB. Yes, IPOB initiated because it is necessary. As onye na-amang ibe akụziere, onye na-amang ibe akụziere, ọkwa asụsụ Igbo anyị. Let us believe that our politicians didn't know what is called self-respect commanding. Then IPOB brought it to the table. What you need to do, you check what they brought to the table. Is this thing worthy to be followed or worthy to be honored? Yes, it is worthy. Then you join the queue. Respect yourself. And even the people, the environment, everywhere we know, yeah, now we respect this man because he has respected himself. We're trying to position rangers on that day as a ceremonial. What kind of nonsense is that? You have Sunday to do that. Respect that Saturday. Sunday, you do it. So this is my message to Peter Mba. Then let me come to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu issue. You see, sometimes let us not be the kind of, may I say, Assemblies of God Church. I was born and brought up in Assemblies of God Church. In Assemblies of God Church, one particular pastor that time. That time I was around 11 to 12 years of age. There's one pastor that time. Whenever he preaches, he will say, they posted that pastor in our village that time. Then one day, one elderly woman just challenged the pastor. Say, ị ga-agba mbọ Kile meya ikuru kale so megle so kwono. And everyone here, where this elderly woman asked this particular challenge, this pastor is for Sunday school teaching. You see, every analysis I have done about law and the crime, if you doubt me, you will end up crying. Even before this thing was reviewed, go and ask people who have been following me on my broadcast. I have analyzed these things to the point that people begin to send me message, Lion Man, do you study law? I said no. As a security expert who engages in interrogating people, one, you must have knowledge of law. Because if you don't have knowledge of law, that means you may not get your work done properly. You must have at least 65% knowledge of law, not even 50. You must extend that 50. I explained before, Mazi and Kanu, these lawyers deceived him into going back to court. I was even angry. I was asking, I said, why is this man in a hurry? That was 2023, 2024. Why is he in a hurry? Freedom case is a high-class case. When this stay of execution took place, I said, it is the fundamental rights, not only even Malami as a Minister of Justice then, as even ordinary person or ordinary lawyer can challenge the verdict of Mazi and Kanu and say he will fight for review. I said what Malami did is what he should do since he is not satisfied. Then what the lawyers will do is to go back with the challenger, and which is Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor and Mike Ezekome were preparing. Telling everybody, Mike Ezekome did not stop there as an experienced son. He didn't stop in Nigeria. This man has beginning to move around the world, going outside, presenting the problem, presenting the issue, how IPOB we are directing them. Because we know how to do it. What these things requires that time is the person that is affecting to be calm. I was telling person, I said, if this man could have listened to the messages I sent when he was in DSS, by now this man is a free man. Go back to his base or stay back home, where this movement may have achieved something by now. That's it. This grass grass, is it grass grass chopper? There's one insect they call grass chopper. I eat it well. I ate it very, very well. That particular thing. I am not born in a rich family, so I go to farm. I hunt those things. Opara. When we get them in a newly farm area, you used to stay on the cassava leaf. We pick them, we kill them, we come, we wash them, we fry them. We enjoy them. In a lot of para, if you don't want to fry them, we roast them. We put stick and put firewood and when you put that opara, when you are roasting it, it will be very fine. The beauty of that opara will come out. I can do bosela opara la hammanu. Ochela den do ma lo bo nkola. Do you know why the place where I give up on all these street lawyers, these lawyers of particular concern, is when they came out and said Mazi Nnamdi is an intelligent man. Even the way he interpreted the law, the way he studied, I say, that's what I answered one man. I said, he said, the man come and say, Mazi Nnamdi is trying. Look at the way he is defending and say, I thought that's all going on. We have no one call that. Me, I'm not emotional. I tell people raw. That's what people say. Nah, man, the way you talk to us sometimes, even on phone, I will tell you the truth raw. I don't send you. I don't need to. You see, this pampering of wells, trying to say it is well where it is not well. White people, they don't train their children like that. When it is not well, the white people will tell their children, my son, my daughter, it is not well. So everybody will prepare. See, this character we learn, confess positively. That is fiction. There is nothing that it is not well, it is not well. It is well, it is well. Don't replace it with anything. It is not well, it is not well. Don't bring anything. Don't try to replace it with anything at all. I warn them. The leadership of IPOB warned them. Because now, let me tell you what happened. When Mazi Nnamdi was kidnapped in Kenya and brought down to Nigeria, he was brought down to Nigeria by the conspiracy of Igbo politicians. Do you understand me? And when Mazi Nnamdi was free moving around, whatever he tells IPOB or whatever decision he made, believe me you, it is when Mazi Nnamdi that is already in trouble that we begin to find out that some orders Mazi Nnamdi are given to IPOB to carry out were single-handedly decided by him. Do you understand me now? Before, I was thinking that it was body of the DOS who always sat with him and make those decisions. And as I think is how every other person thought, not only me, except those who want to lie to themselves. I know that millions and thousands of coordinators and the members of IPOB believe what I am saying. That they also believe that it was body of the US that had taken that maybe decision as a leader, you come out and announce it. I never have any idea that he is the one. He is the Alpha and he is the Omega. Then after I find out all these things, I became angry. I said, what is this supposed to be? In a movement that involves millions of people, one person will just wake up and make decision. So wow, strange. Strange. Okay. When these things happen, okay, let's assume mistake was done in Kenya when he was adopted and kept for 8 days. Let's say a mistake was done by the Kanu who have the idea, who were communicating with the adopters in that place. At the end of the day, everything changed. Malami sent the adopters to Kenya to go. I have said it before here. I said every member of DOS, the first word I said immediately after that investigation, after we get every fact and the whole truth of what took place there, the first broadcast I made, I said, if there is any member of DOS who does not believe that that is God, who does not, because there are many people who say that God does not exist. Many. One example is Methuselah, because I used to communicate with Methuselah then. Methuselah told me openly that God doesn't exist. I say, well, I respect your opinion, but for me, God exists. I say, if God does, I try to argue with him. I say, no, you have made his choice, you have made it, so you don't. This is an elderly person. It's not a baby. I said, if there is any of them who does not believe that God exists, should not start believing. Because what Malami and the Igbo politicians did was to send those people there to quietly kill him and disappeared him. But along that line, the drama that took place in that airport car park where they picked him up is what saved the members of DOS. Because that noise he made in that car park, then other people who were parking car responded before the securities, before the adopters shout, called him terrorist. So other people in that car park, now they withdraw their help. They not put him inside vehicle and take him off. Carry one of them enter his porch and drove along. So getting to where they will do one of them reminded them, do you see, they said, no, people have known that we picked this man. So there were people who were holding food. They thought that those people videoed them. Do you know that nobody videoed them? You see, God is so great to these bodies of men in leadership. of them say, I see somebody videoing us. So if this thing happen, definitely we are going to they are going to discover us and we'll be in a mess. That was what stopped the execution of Mazi and the MnK. That was when they established and called the contractor back and said, come, Malami, we can't do the, they begin to tell those people, we can't do this thing because alarm don't blow. But because of those people who are experts, they utilize the opportunity and take money from the Nigerian politicians, and even some Igbo billionaires contributed. They make money. They demanded for money before they will hand over him to Nigeria. So that was the reason why when they brought him, because already those people have already told them that somebody videoed them in a car park. They never knew that that thing was not videoed. Maybe what that agent see. That's why I say spirit exists. There may be something that there may be kind of spirit in a human form that agent saw videoing them. But they thought he's a human being. It's a mystery. Something happened there. God kept him alive in other way to save innocent souls. Because the character these people played shows that these people are very wicked. Because when the Lofebu start shouting, accusing the members of the DOS falsely, somebody who knew what happened is alive. Is in Germany. What does that thing take that person to say? No, stop. This is how it happened. This is how it happened. I don't think no member of these people are even involved. Case closed. That is to tell you the silence of Kanu and the siblings of Mazi and Kanu show you that even the kidnapping of Mazi and Kanu were planned by them. I am telling you as a security expert. If he bring those people to my office and put them in my territory, I give them 1 hour. If they no confess, call me bastard. If they no tell me the truth, how everything played out, call me bastard. So these things were planned by them. Let nobody have no doubt about this. And why these things were successfully planned is because of, in one way or another, Mazi and Kanu have, may I say, have fake himself, or fake going. That time he went to Dave Omai. Dave Omai gave him money. He took the money, and Dave Omai said, I want Simon Ekpa to be my candidate in IPOB as in this Biafra movement. Mazi and Kanu accepted it. Then secretly came back, discussed with Simon how Simon will join the struggle. Do you see the problem now? That's why I said that's when he faked himself. And when such breach have taken place, the planners have upper hand. Because they were watching him how he's going to bring that guy in. Remember the statement of this senator, this Fulani senator, Kachi something. Kachu. How do they pronounce that name? That Fulani name? Kabuchu, something. Everybody, something. It sounds like Igbo name. Remember what that guy said? That senator said. That man said. He said Mazi, he said Nnamdi Kanu. That's how he put it. He said Nnamdi Kanu is not fighting for Biafra. Then the chief of army staff, former chief of army staff, said everything about this Biafra of it is money, money, money. He said they are not really agitating. It's for just money. I won't forget these two statements from this man. One senator from Fulani, the other one Fulani, chief of army staff, said it. Because one, as David might play his role, he's already informed them. Musa Christopher, God bless you. He already informed them. So look at he collected the money and he received my candidate. Just all of you, just keep your eyes open, watching how we are going to do it. Lai Mohammed said it too. But nobody was paying attention. But you and I should know how he brought Simon. If in this world anybody tell you or tell me that Mazi and Kanu is the one that asked Simon to start, let's assume that you are somewhere, somebody say it. Won't you blow that person's mouth? Let me assume now that you are in a place where somebody just wake up that time and tell you, do you know it is Martin and the Canon that plant Simon to come into the struggle? Because yes, Simon started on his own. Then Mazi and the Canon came where recognizing media warriors of IPOB. Mazi and the Canon recognized him. That is what I, Lion Man, know. Until investigation were launched. And what triggered the investigation? What triggered the investigation is accusation. Accusing the body of the US as ones who showed Mazi and the Kanu. That was what triggered it. That's what triggered it. Because you can't accuse somebody on this kind of sensitive issue. You want the person to fold their hand, or you want the person to be swearing through to God. No. Are they amazing here through to God these days? If you accuse me of going to where I was not even dream of being, what I will do? Thank God that is technology these days. I will say, okay, let us launch investigation. Let us launch investigation to find out the truth. I said, when I discovered that it was Mazi Nnamdi that brought someone into Biafra struggle. Apato Yorum. I was cold. Do you know why I was cold? I said, first thing that fall out of my mouth, I said, Lion man, who shall I trust in this world again? Who shall I trust? That was what fell out of my mouth. Onye kama topaso bilu waga say na trust godonya. I know the world is very complicated. The world we live is very dangerous, but I can tell you before now, I have 85% trust for Mazi Nnamdi. But immediately I discovered that my trust was rubbish. Man, there is nobody. I can never trust any human being. Trust is dead and buried from my side. What fell out of my mouth, I said, so people can be this crook. You brought somebody and you pretended as if you don't know that person from nowhere. Because I was wondering, in Biafra, do you know why after, do you remember that after he brought him into the struggle, into the movement, I don't like to call it struggle, into the movement, there is a statement Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made on Radio Biafra. He said, since the Facebook are troubling us, are bringing us down, attacking us, that we are going to build our own app that will take over Facebook. How many of you remember that broadcast? So we are going to build our own app, our own app that will replace Facebook, so that we can do what we are doing in our own control, not Facebook again. And all of us say it's a fantastic idea. And immediately, Biafra came. They say Biafra. They say it is Simon that will build it. So that Biafra, that's why even one of the investigators in Kenya said that your leader has already abandoned the struggle for over 2 years, but you people don't know. So he brought him to build in Biafra, so that when everybody is already there, that in Biafra, they will collect all. That's why that in Biafra was demanding for database. Because when I download it, I wanted to download it as normal Facebook. Normal Facebook, you don't need the official document to open Facebook. If you put your name, create password, create this, you go. It is when you are Facebook, when you want to monetize it, that is when you will require documents, so that for banking, so that the money, where money will be falling inside your account. Do you understand me? That's when it requires your database, full database. Then I want to download Biafra. I was the one who blew the alarm to people. When I click it, it demands for, here there is something they call CPF in Brazil. That CPF is your database number. If you don't have it here, there's nothing you can do here. One name. As I put my name, I create password. The thing is demanding. It didn't come out there. CPF. Immediately I clean the one that I have the form this thing that I have already filled. I clean the rest. I call somebody. I say, why is our app demanding for original database? What happened? The person say it doesn't. I say, try your own. After I tried the same thing. You say, I said, don't try that nonsense. Don't enter that thing. No. I said, don't enter your CPF, please. And many people enter that thing. As we are entering it, as they are entering it, Nigeria government is taking data, taking their information. Therefore, Mike played a very fantastic role. He played a very, what I call, a very fantastic role by making sure he grabbed him and hand over to the Funanis. And why did they, were they very desperate in grabbing him? We all contributed to it. Why they were so desperate. And another one, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also contributed in finishing himself. Because you see, when I begin to notice that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a kind of person, is a power Morgan, is a power toss, you love power. I must tell you the fact. He had that time say, Biafra come, I will go and rest. If even though they ask him to come and they rule, he will not lie. That was the kind of trying to melt. That was kind of trying to melt the minds of our people so that we will fall for it. If we fall for it and give him the leadership of Biafra, when Biafra come, arrow carry me everybody. Arrow carry me everybody. Arrow carry me everybody. I'm telling you. Because even in the movement, if you watch his character, how he's single-handedly making decisions, taking people, taking coordinator, choosing coordinator, doing this, he have already shown you that even now, his pattern of governance is even more worse than dictatorship. But what we call it that we think that, okay, because of his movement or his yet movement. But that is not true. That is not true. Ihe karịrị ime anyị bụ ihe a na-asịra mmadụ na-achọ Messiah. Ya enwetasị Misri nke bụzi Misri abịazie instead of Messiah. Why Nigeria government was so desperate to grab him? Because we all contributed to it. How do we contribute to it? We have channeled all our energy on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rather than Biafra. Everybody were Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same thing that happened during the Biafra war, Ojukwu. Every Easterners were hoping on Ojukwu. One guy have made a fantastic analysis. Let me see if I can play the audio for you to on that. O nwere ndị be anyị nwere ọgụgụ isi. I must tell you the fact. E nwere ndị be anyị nwere ọgụgụ isi. Yeah, please, I'll forward it, okay? I'll forward it, just went it. I'm able delay. Oh, and the man will not let me search it. Let me search if I can see this thing.
Now the strait's going to be open.
Look at this guy.
Biafra freedom in the past from Ojukwu
Listen to this guy.
to Wazirike. Usually, once the leader of the struggle is taken away, Nigeria government smiles because they know that they have conquered and they have taken over the struggle. During the time of Ojukwu, when Ojukwu left for Ivory Coast, Nigeria government knew that they have conquered Biafra people because the career of the ideology is centered only on Odumegwu Ojukwu. That is all the hope of every Igbo man is on Ojukwu. Ojukwu do this, Ojukwu do that. Ojukwu Ojukwu this, Ojukwu that. And Nigeria government know this very, 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 very well. When Ojukwu left for Ivory Coast, they smile and rejoice that they have conquered Biafra people. Although Ojukwu told them that somebody that is higher than him will come for Biafra. Then Wazirike now sprang up. When Wazirike sprang up and started the Biafra agitation again, mainly Wazirike centered his struggle only in Nigeria, and Wazirike did not institutionalize this struggle. All the whole struggle of Biafra rests only on Ralph Wazirike. And immediately Nigeria government was able to apprehend him and put him into prison. They smiled because they know that it is all over again. Because they only use the strategy of grab the shepherd, all the sheep will scatter. This is what they used against Wazirike, and Wazirike Masop collapsed. Now it is time for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu IPOB is still standing now, and the reason why Nigeria government and the British government is unable to destroy indigenous people of Biafra, which is their primary assignment, is because IPOB is not centered only in Nigeria. That's number one point. Secondly, IPOB is now an institution. And if IPOB initially not a proper institution, now the leadership that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left is now wiser to make IPOB a proper institution in such a way that all these millions of people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have taught within these 10 years, this education that he passed on cannot rest only on one individual called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We need to institutionalize this knowledge so that millions of Biafran will be a carrier of this knowledge in such a way that if anybody is taken away, the struggle continues. This is one of the best things that the IPOB leadership have done, that I remove my cap for them. If you see any man, any woman, any boy, any girl who is jumping up and down against the leadership of IPOB, the leadership, the Directorate of State that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that chose himself before his extraordinary rendition, if you see anybody against them, that person is your enemy. Number one, that person might be acting on emotion. We have passed the level of emotional freedom fighting. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have taught us everything we need to know to carry this struggle forward. If we now come back to rest this struggle on the shoulder of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone, we are going to fail again, just like we failed in Wazirike time and just like we failed in Ojukwu time. The Biafra struggle is bigger than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. And if you do not understand it yet, this is time to understand it, because it's only an institution that can fight for freedom and get Biafra. All these people trying to destroy IPOB leadership, calling themselves 100 men. 100 men is not an institution. What is the name of your institution? This is why everybody must wake up. After this 30th of May, we must realize that IPOB is now an institution, because it is only institution that can fight this war. It is only institution that Britain is afraid of. All these billions of dollars they are spending, from extraordinary rendition to bribing all these social media errats, writing rubbish against indigenous people of Biafra, they are spending this money just to make sure that IPOB is destroyed completely, so that there is nothing like IPOB. And their primary fear is they do not want IPOB to be institutionalized, because if IPOB is institutionalized completely, that means that millions of indigenous people of Biafra, carrying the knowledge that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has disseminated for 10 years and above, nobody will be taken away from IPOB that will not affect the movement. Which means, at last, Biafra will come. That is their fear. If you are smart, if you know what is good for you, if you want freedom in a place you call Nigeria, please, you must have to drop your envy and your jealousy, drop your emotion, and join IPOB under Directorate of State. And let us together make sure that IPOB is institutionalized, and let's disseminate the information of freedom. Let everyone be a carrier of freedom message, so that we will move on. At a long run, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. They know that they can't do him anything, but they are just working on our strategy, on our emotion, trying to...
What did I say in so many of my analysis in my videos? What did I say? Is there anything I said that is more deeper, different from what this man have explained in this very short video? No. Because we understand the strategy. But the problem, the person himself, in which we are, because of him, trying to, because of him, we started shouting institution, institutionalized IPOB, institutionalized IPOB. But immediately, him hear that news, institutionalized IPOB, he became angry. The person himself that we want to save became very angry. Do you know why he became very angry? He just want to take it privately, as he had been managing it. And this is why many of us, or many people in IPOB, did not understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are not making any arrangement anywhere in the world. Let me tell you, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reappeared in Israel 2018, I was the one who quenched, that's one propaganda that was IPB wanted to carry up. Then I quenched it in the meeting of media warrior meeting. I quenched it. How did I quench it? Somebody, they bring one kind of propaganda, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an international protected person. I say, how? Because one thing about me, you see, always present truth. Yes, you know, how our people are being brought up, or the environment where we brought up, we enjoy this, may I say, word of exhortation. in a church, in our church. That is where this thing started from. Where we started receiving deception as truth is inside our churches. They call it time of word of exhortation. When somebody say word of exhortation, just to energize you, to ginger you. If you translate the word exhortation, means word of gingering, energizing. You can say energizing word to make you happy, to make your spirit lifted. Which means when we want to do that, which means lie is involved. Do you understand me? Lie is involved. Lie is involved. They call it word of exhortation. Word of exhortation is when the coordinator of the church will just come to welcome pastor. He begin to tell the congregation what God can do, what God have done, this and this, so place in Kanu, somebody. All those things is a story generated, manufactured on that microphone that time. It doesn't exist. Then they will welcome pastor to the altar. So when this thing happened, I said no. I see this thing on the internet, posted, many IPP members. I said, why? Is Mazi Nnamdi an international protected person? No. Immediately somebody said, Lion Man, what do you mean? I said, my friend, these days, we are not in analog, we are in the digital world. Go and make a research. Go and go to Wikileaks and ask the question if Mazi Nnamdi, enter his name and ask. I said, this is what I did. I entered the name and asked. There was no this. You enter there, you will see figures as a UN officials, not international protected person. Is UN officials, not any other people. Is Mazi Nnamdi a UN official? No. Where did the lie come from? And he never debunked it one day. I was patiently waiting. I said, let me see if Mazi Nnamdi will debunk this thing. He didn't debunk. He leave it because it seems that he loved it. He loved that thing where, somebody just... Maybe he loved it. I shook my head. I said, Everybody, Mazi Nnamdi. Then they now remember that you are dealing with experts, with experience. Then they now remember, they say, no, let us take this man. Let us see how we can take this man. Then this thing will die. Because the original plan, if they have killed him that time, because the original plan is kill him and disappeared the body, then accuse the leadership of the leadership of IPOB, then the struggle will end. They now thought, immediately that it fell there, they took him. That's why when we mount pressure, it was IPOB that mount pressure on Nigeria government to pick up Simon Ekpa. When we mount pressure, I came up and told IPOB, I said, Nigeria government will not pick Simon Ekpa because it's working for them. They will not order the picking of Simon Ekpa. But I said, don't worry, there's something we are going to do. We are going to tell the Prime Minister of Finland that we know the Europe law. Should in case if you have reached agreement with Nigeria government to keep that guy there, then we are going to make him be impeached. They are going to impeach him. Then his party will collapse. That was what happened. Because he cannot keep somebody who ordered the killings of pregnant women, who ordered that somebody should be killed, and he used the body to cook egusi soup, and made the video of it. You can't keep somebody who killed military officers, husband and wife. Who butchered them. Then immediately the Prime Minister of Finland noticed what IPOB was planning. The intelligence department there have to inform him immediately and say, come, allow law to take place over this guy. You are going to destroy your political career, and your party is going to, the opposition is going to seize the opportunity and take over. Remember what the chief of army staff always said. We have reached out to the government. We have reached out every month. We have reached out to the government. I said, imagine government reaching out to government about somebody who is hiding in their place, committing atrocity back in Africa. You tell me you are reaching. They were not reaching out. That was what they were using because the pressure was too much on them. The pressure was too much on them. And that pressure was what? IPOB. Immediately we man that pressure. Then where we get Nigeria government weak is when IPOB hired investigative journalists and make him enter Nigeria as a visitor. That's where we finish work. And the journalists were accompanied by somebody who is not a IPOB member. They took the journalist to Enugu, took the journalist to Ebonyi, where he claimed he came from. After every, he didn't come from there. To the journalist to Imo State, where the rain fall. A woman who went to get rice from APC party in Imo State, APC woman leader or something, he went and carried the woman, butchered the woman. The other woman, they share her bag of rice give. These boys entered the compound of the woman, carried the woman, and killed the woman. These journalists gathered evidence of what happened and went back. And as journalist went back, he doesn't know what he was playing. I told him, I said, you will be jailed very soon. And immediately, the arrest was made. I told everybody, I said, let us prepare. We have given Nigeria government the biggest slap on their face. The person asked me why. I said, IPOB taking Simon Ekpa to prison is the biggest slap on the face of Nigeria government. And that was exactly what played out. You see, immediately, Simon was taken out. Military take the campaign by themselves. Military start publishing propaganda against IPOB, publishing propaganda against us. When we defeated the military propaganda, they quenched. What happened? Nigeria, what do you call it? Hebeti Allah started their own. Hebeti Allah took it upon themselves. Every time, IPOB is this, IPOB is that, IPOB is this, IPOB is that. Arewa forum started because military have been defeated on media. But when Simon Ekpa was, I want all of you to connect the dot. When Simon Ekpa was available committing those atrocities, military went in. Military doesn't publish anything about IPOB. Rather, as we are separating IPOB from Simon activity, military, anytime Simon Ekpa killed, they say IPOB do. But where God punished them is he came on board and brought his own name because he cannot use the name of IPOB. It was a shame to him. So he thought he can use another name to destroy IPOB. Because of, remember what the first claim he made is that he said he is in charge of ESN. Then as we continue writing press release, then we threaten him that we are going to sue him. He dropped the name. Because the expert who sent him, Nigeria government who have told him, change, don't claim it because they have the right to sue you. He now changed it to Liberation Army. We say, it's okay, hey, now you can go with your, this thing. You can't be answering ESN where you're not a member of IPOB. Are you a member of IPOB? No. Immediately changed that name. The road became more clear for IPOB. Then look at what happened here. Do you see how they play it? Remember, there was no evidence or verifiable evidence crime that they can use against Mazi Nnamdi because one, self-determination is our fundamental right. It's not a crime in any law, both internationally and locally. So, what did they do? Remember, Mazi Nnamdi is in detention illegally by the stay of execution filed by Malami. Do you remember that? No case, he was not answering any case. What you just need to be there for people who secure the freedom to keep on pushing and he will come out without any charges. Now, that's why I said the siblings knew what happened to Mazi Nnamdi right from Kenya. Now let me open your eye. They went and said he should go back to court. And that time, remember, the Nigeria government knew that he is the one that brought Simon Ekpa into the journey. But why they could not bring it in on time before the discharge and acquitted, secured by Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor and the Mike Ezekwemi, is because they can never prove that Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows themselves behind the scene. Because if they do it that time, Dave Umahi will be in trouble. You see how they play the game? So they allow him to commit, they allow Simon Ekpa to commit crime. Remember that time, Simon Ekpa, that time they discharged Mazi Nnamdi and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi. Simon Ekpa have never started killing. What he was just doing that time is making noise on media, making noise, you know, carrying allegation against the leadership. That is only what he was doing that day. He have never started killing. So now he have started killing. He said by killing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out. Now by killing, Mazi Nnamdi. One of them, that is the icon of, you see this phone? This phone, this number, this very number of my phone, I don't change number. I've used this for 12 good years. Detectives have verified this number. They have monitored this number. They have listened to this number. They have followed this number. For your information. Nothing criminality you can find in this number. I call one of them. I said, oh boy, why are you supporting killing in Igbo land? Do you know what this guy told me? Without killing, do you think Biafra will come? I said, wow, without killing, do I think Biafra will come? Or do I think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released? I said, okay. Bring forth your own family now. Let us kill. Let us see now. You say, how they talk like that? I said, do you see where God will punish you people? So you are busy supporting the killing of other people's children, other people's sons, other people's fathers and mothers. Now I ask you, give me 2 people in your family. Let us do example now. Bring them forth. Let us kill. Let us kill them. I see how it will look like. Now you are telling me, I say, you see, evil will remain with you. For supporting this bad thing. I say, who told you by killing people in the east we bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out? This is exactly what Alo de Jimako took to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Remember what I said? Thank God that evangelists have explained it to everybody. He will go. He forgot that there is a listening device everywhere in the DSS. He will go and tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is Simon Ekpa that is doing something that will bring him out. But he never tells Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that Simon Ekpa is killing the Igbo so. Anytime Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ask him how far, you say, don't mind the OS, IPOB in there, our mother. To the point that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu opened his mouth and said, oh, we're mad on IPOB. DSS recorded them. Oh, we're mad on IPOB. Keleram Simon, COG Shike. When they have gathered all this response from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Look at another thing Nigeria did. They will give that boy money. That boy will share the money and give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu some money. They take $5,000 to there. Allah say, Simon will give you 3,000. Simon will give you $1. I say, thank you. But this is the person that despite how he directed his siblings to seize IPOB money, if anything happened to him, the siblings did exactly what he directed them to do. Despite that, IPOB, we are giving him 1 million naira every month for his upkeep. Only no langa Nigeria, they need 1 million naira every month. Or they young man, or they satisfied. Remember, there is no account there. It was IPOB created a new account, start afresh again. But inside starting afresh, you know, when you are showing somebody, you see in this world, when you are showing somebody genuine love, and that person has another motive in him. Emana Chineke na Tonya ha. Emana Chineke nwere the way they punishing them mad. Ndị nna nna anyị ha sịrị ọwụ ala ata abụ ụlọ obi ịtacha nke gị bụ onye na-abụ ụlọ obi. I spit on your chest. Get nke ha m yala anya fa metiwa anya. Ọ ihe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na ụmụnne ya lema IPOB. Anyị la-ata abụ ha n'obi, ha na-ata abụ kpọsị anya. When they want to go back to court, I told somebody, I said, look at the plan of this man. He wants to go back to court so that he will win the case without IPOB. So that if he come out, he can use it as a ground to crush IPOB. But I told the man, I said, look, where he is going now is where he will end. The man said, I said, go and mark. I said, I don't speak a word, it never come to pass. I said, now that I have discovered what he wants to do, he wants the sacrifice of Biafrans, those who have died for this journey, those who have contributed money, hard-earned money for this journey. You just want to squash everything. I said, don't worry, it will bounce back. I told him, I said, if he doesn't bounce back on them, anywhere you see me, know that my word is not active. I said, that's why I don't speak anyhow. I said, see me here, no matter how somebody will annoy me, I don't curse people. Because I am warned by my late father and my late mother, never curse anybody. But that day, I say, I will never be alive. Somebody will come and use Biafrans again, the blood of Biafrans again, to enrich themselves. And at the end of the day, nothing will be achieved. I said, no. From now, anything they do will backfire on them. And since that time, everything they are doing, it keep on backfiring. And I said it, I said, let me repeat it again. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not humble himself and write letter of apology to IPOB worldwide, official letter of apology, and handed it over to the same lawyers, they will eat their shame. He will handle it to them, they will come out and publish it by themselves. There will be no headway for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Take it or you leave it. There will be no headway. We are talking about blood here. We are not talking about, this is blood involved. Innocent people blood for that matter. apology letter must be issued. You see, the only force that have the capacity to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out from where he have landed himself, because all landed where they are. Can you happen to Biafra land there? No. What landed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu where he is have nothing to do with Biafra. Right from even Kenya, he has nothing to do with Biafra. Let us be realistic here. He has nothing to do with Biafra. One, he was not in official journey to Kenya. He was there on his private being, not for any official listing. That is one. Second, he went back to the court by himself, using his own hand to sign out his own freedom. He used his own and signed the signature, because before he went back to court, he had to sign to destroy the discharge and acquitted that was secured for him under IPOB. Because he doesn't want to have anything to do with IPOB again, because of fear of accountability, he used his hand and canceled his own freedom that was secured by IPOB. Remember behind appeal court is we are filing appeal. I said, if they are want to issue appeal or death penalty. Because I know the article which they pronounce that thing. If you want to issue there again, death sentence. Did I say it or no? Thank God that law experts have now come out to tell them, if you not teach about Leonia led death sentence. I was the one who said it earlier. The day I said it, internet want to catch fire. I said, Patalayan man, in fact, crucify this man. Man, you people don't have power to. You can't crucify. You can't crucify me. I am telling you the raw truth, and I will continue to tell you. If I know what comes to my own. Nkuya mba no nye bo ojara to everybody me kuya. Nkuta je me chance ndema de soro ze kuazie. Lawyers today are saying it. Ale kuzukoku appeal again. Mazi Nnamdi is not talking. Oh wa yes eba ngaba mo. Yes, a band of more. Alamaka. Kembaruno, Aguaramuno, La Nigeria is ending 2027 now. We end Nigeria. And most of you are doubting it. Do you see something playing on? Meanwhile, that audio trading is AI. If you are an IPOB, you have tampered with that audio, please be sensitive. That's why I tell you, don't make caricature of yourself as an IPOB member. We're supposed to live by example. IPOB member, we're supposed to live by example. We shouldn't follow others to do what they're doing. You are not a content creator. Content creators can put anything they want so that to generate money for their account to eat. I am not here. I'm not even monetized. Even when Facebook want to have used their hand to choose this page as to monetize, I click neglect. That's what I click. I don't want it. That audio of Tinubu speaking is AI generated audio. It's not Tinubu voice, real voice. But does Tinubu have that plan? Didn't I say it here? I said Tinubu will create insecurity in the East. This media. What I find out that is now when we get security intel and we bring the report to the public, some people will now work on that just to make it look like, yes, this is what we have reviewed. You have now, this is true. No. Tinubu planned it to create heavy insecurity in the East. And that's why I alerted all our politicians. I said, this is not the time to play politics with Tinubu or play politics with any politicians that is not from our land. I said, our land needs to be protected by politicians. But that audio is not Tinubu. If you're an IPOB member, you have shared that thing in your page or anywhere you have, please go and delete it. We don't want all this nonsense. Oh, when you have in the world now, anyhow. We are mirror. IPOB is a mirror. Everybody want to see themselves through our mirror. Everybody want to see themselves through our mirror. So let us maintain that honor. Today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is spending 20 million naira in Sokoto prison to feed the Funanis that is inside detention. Funanis and the Awasas that is there. This is the money of IPOB. How many years is he going to spend that money? How many years? Instead of him to order his brothers to account for IPOB and bring back our money, he have chosen to use that. You see, that's why I said. That's why I say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I am highly disappointed in him. He's he's highly corrupt. After that investigation, I found out that this man is highly corrupt. Very corrupt guy. Or the very corrupt. Or the very corrupt. I said fantastically. I give you the title. I said fantastically corrupt. Or the very corrupt. Because this attitude now he is displaying in Sokoto prison is also corruption. It's also corruption. Is he spending that money that if Nigeria want to break today, that the Funanis will not order for to kill him there? Is it what his mind is telling him? If that is what his mind is telling him, that man is not wise. Yes. That's why I wrote that same. I thought that man. When I write something on media, that's something I have already discovered. I wrote it somewhere last week. I said I thought Mazi is wise, but his intelligence was based on IPOB. Since he left IPOB, Nzuzu believe back area. Ihe all eme na Sokoto na ohana po pure iberibe. Is about Nzuzu. There is no amount of, there's nothing you can use to satisfy your biological, that's, how would I put it? Your pathological enemy. You see, pathological enemy, there is nothing, if you like, cut your head and give them. You're your own. You are spending 20 million naira to satisfy the Fulani inside to feed them well. That cannot save you. That that is not guarantee of your life there. Those people that you are feeding, if you like, feed them elu, feed them ala. Mboso ge so kwa ha ga egbu. Ega ha na skwanda, ega happy you obi. Askwanda chazi ya gị eme. Askwanda chazi ya gị eme. Will any solution come? No. Ihe lebe. And how long will he spend that money? That is where my basis of our argument is. How long will he spend that money? He don't claim a good man. Roland, he don't claim a good man. He a pathological. Oh, we have a pathological enemy. Do you know what is called pathological enemy? Now, pathological enemy is some of the Yorubas, primitive Yorubas, because we have wise Yorubas. Despite the development the Igbos have brought to their own land, they still hate you. That's what they call pathology. You see, the Israel, the Jew, there is no satisfaction any Jewish can give to Iranian person or Lebanon person. It's not possible. It's not possible. It can't satisfy them because they are pathological enemy. You can't change them with your gift. You can't change them with monitoring satisfaction. Nothing. That's why I wrote what I wrote last week. I said, I thought Mazi Nnamdi is intelligent, but I can see that he's not intelligent. Do you know that these lawyers, that's why you can't eat your cake and have it. Do you know why these lawyers can never pull Mazi Nnamdi out from Sokoto and transfer him to where I have challenged them to transfer him to? Because they have cash out. They have cash out. You can't eat your cake and go and tell them. You can't eat your cake and have that cake back. It's not possible now. Nature doesn't work that way. God doesn't work that way. Spirit doesn't work that way. They have eaten their cake. And there's nothing they can do. But any day he realized himself, because everyone was suicide, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let us not deceive you. Don't deceive yourself, because me, I don't deceive myself. You see that place, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where they sent him, yeah? That is his final bus stop. We may not see him again forever and ever, if care is not taken. And all of you that claim to love him, I want all of you to leave all this nonsense you are doing in media. I want all these people that call themselves 100 men or whatever group, RV, the Rising Sun, this and that. I want all of you to do me one favor. Mount pressure on the Alo de Jimako and his group. Tell them, all of you tell them that, look at what Lion Man said. Transfer this man out of that place, Kayo. At least it's for his own good. I want all of you to meet the lawyer, meet the civilians. If you don't transfer this man out of that place, then you people have sold this man. Leave every other thing you are dragging on media. Not this. You see, reality is reality. You have lots of people. That's why you see here in media. You come na comment. You adem more address no na question. Here more no like reality. Ngwacha iwewe ekpocha me. It no concern me. But the most important thing, I have told you, I have already reviewed what will happen to you. Go and meet him. Go and meet the lawyer. Tell him, please, we know that the sentence has been done. We are not talking about appeal. Lawyer, transfer him. If they will be able to transfer Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they can never able. The only people that will pull Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out there with, I will not review how we will do it. It's only IPOB. That order will come, and Nigeria will obey it. They will transfer him from there. People who are responding to these people who are, you see, criminals with insult, they are 5 and 6. Because criminals, they have no truth to defend. That is why they always back it up with insult. So all this, you people should concentrate on what I am teaching you here. Leave these people alone. I'm seeing them. They are doing the work they're supposed to do. This is what they pay them every month. They say, attack them. Attack any IPOB who is telling the truth. Just attack. So they are doing their work, they pay them. Onye ọbụla nọ n'ọrụ nke ya. Onye ọbụla nọ n'ọrụ nke ya nwanne. Unu hapụ nwa ka arụ ọrụ ha binikon. Hapụ ndị na-type ikpu iyi ka ha rụọ ọrụ ha. Because if they know, if the person who is paying them, if they come, they don't attack, which means they will stop paying them. Are you going to give them money? Are you that is replying them, attacking them back, are you going to feed them? Yeah, but here I call her. So allow them to do their job so that they can receive money. Allow them to cost themselves, cost their father, cost their mother. At least at the end of the day, they will pay them. They will say, don't you see when he was broadcasting? Because they must give evidence of what the work they do before they receive money. They said, don't you see when he was I was insulting him, I was insulting him. From there they pay him or they pay her. They put her under payroll. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Jakaya. And they recruited them. I can see, let me see where they will pay rich. Ego la agwụ. Ịmana ego ebutere ego zụtara n'oshi. Ọla ịmana ọ na-agụ ngwa. Ịma ego anọ na dollar na ọla euro. Agbanwee ya obu ibu. Otaka ekwesu gị je deceive de ha ego ha gwụla ha. Aka awụ ha atọ. Ụmụaka la type ihe a na-agbalaga. Because they can't be constant like us. Because we have mission where we are going, they don't have where they are going to. They don't have direction. We have direction. I want every good conscious Biafrans to ask them. Yes, that's what they will subscribe and say to their paymaster. They will, at least that is proof for them to receive money. So, please, I want every good conscious Biafran to ask these lawyers Look at what this man said. Can you, he have challenged you people. Can you do it? Nigeria is ending any moment from next year. The lovers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, opa unu love ya true. Unu gbakwa lawyer unu. Ko pia ya transfer to Igbo land. Ono kwa ebe a ihe a mmiri ya chọrọ izozo ọlakwa. Una ahụchakwala silebi ebiro nke agakwala. Nke agakwala. Nke agakwala. Ọ bụrụ otu a ka o si laa. Unu challenge ụmụnne ya. Challenge ya na ụmụnne Kanu. Unu challenge ya. Ma unu bọbụrụ na unu feel unu love ya. Ole si unu le pretend kwa o. Udu like udu nke Simon mere. Ma Simon onye hate Nnamdi Kanu ka Simon eba. Utapụta ya sị our leader. Ole si udu love kwa fake love. But unu truly love that man. Unu jekwa ga-agba lawyer unu. Are ekwuchokwu nke release. Are ekwuchokwu release. But ha na agwa unu munu megodi ya transfer ka o si aka Soto na Sokoto pụtagodi. Ya sigodi aka that man pụtagodi ebe ahụ nọ. Unu tizi aka lobiri unu wu dike. Mgbakụ na unu pụtaziela ekwu okwu ala ego unu ntị. Do you know why I don't listen to all these people? Because I say, what am I listening to Nnamdi for? Because one, they are helping the man to go into his grave. And most of them know, all of them, the man in here had a back Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's how they defend the lawyers and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Most of them know that they are helping him to go down to the grave. But some of them are acting on emotion. Some of them are acting on emotion. So don't have any doubt on that. Not all of them is aware that they are planning to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but most of them are supporting under ignorance. Most of them are supporting under ignorance, not knowing that they are leading this man to the grave. Before IPOB, because he have rejected IPOB, he have gone and because of making no account for IPOB, he don't go, he don't use his hand, remove him. Nobody will remove him. Nobody will remove him. I'm not watching it back. I'm not watching it back. I'm not watching it back. Hold on, I'm not watching it back later. So nobody. So let them transfer him first. We want to check something. That's why we say we give them that assignment. Transfer him first. Let us see how you work. When I was telling them, I said, Unuga appeal, Lord, their sentence couldn't get nothing. I didn't hide it. Somebody said, why must you say? I said, and go and sit down. I said, so don't worry, very soon Experts will explain to them, and now experts have started explaining to them. And on other people, you must count as enemy of Mazi Nnamdi. Those people that will tell you, allow him to come out first. You see, I must say this thing because if I respect people for who they are, if I later find out that these people are not too sincere in something that concerns life, I will confront them face to face. You see, Madam Gina in US, Madam Gina, I never knew you hate this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I swear. Forget what you are posting. Do you know why I said I never knew you hate this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so much like this? Because you live in US for many years. You should have some brain of the white people. For you to say, let him come out first, that means you hate this guy. You hate this man. You are pretending. Where are you seeing him coming out? When they type that nonsense, you don't need to tackle them on media. Why do you see him coming out? And you know that he's not coming out. And anytime you let him come out first, he's still inside, he's come out first. Come out where? Come out where? Instead of you to stand by the truth, tell the truth. Let him come out first. Anybody make that statement of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, one name. Just know that that person hates this man, deeply hates. Because they have finalized the job, they know that it's not coming out. So that's why they will use that. They are mocking the situation of the man. That is why they will tell you, let him come out first. They are mocking him. Why I'm calling her out today, I want her to look herself and make amendment. Because eyes are watching her. Let me tell you, wise people are on media watching everybody activity, watching people who are pretending to love this man. Do you know the call I receive? Do you know the thousands of calls I receive in a day? Lion man, thank you. We never know you love this man. You are telling the truth that we save this man, but people are not understanding you. If everybody back you up, something will change. I told them, anybody, I said, don't worry, don't. I said, imagine a white man calling me. I said, don't worry about Africans. I said, Africans are the problem of themselves. They are always afraid to say the truth where the truth is needed. Any day, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you want to leave or accept if because everybody have choice, except you have decided to die. Any day, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pick up pen, write letter of apology, official letter of apology, put IPOB. I apologize, deeply apologize for all what I have done secretly against IPOB. I apologize. He can find excuse as I was misled by the people that call themselves my lawyers. You will see the table will turn around. Do you know that this role the siblings and the lawyers are playing is Nigeria government content? This is what they told them to be doing. They are telling them to separate this man completely from IPO, and they have succeeded separating this man. Now, do you know what Nigeria government are waiting for? They are waiting for IPOB to remove him officially as a leader, or for him to make mistake, come out and said he has moved out of IPOB. One nehebe ya krekre. One nehe. That is why when people are agitated, say, remove him from IPOB as a leader. You see this leadership, they love this man. They love Mazi and MnK. What did they say? They said, no. If we remove him, they will kill him. Nothing is backing him up again. Just leave him. The only force that Nigeria government is looking on is just not on Nigeria government. Let me not say Nigeria government. Is only the only force the Fulanis are looking at is only IPOB. The only force the Fulanis are looking at is only IPOB. This is why IPOB and her leadership said, no, let us give him this unconditional love. Let us leave him as a leader. That is just, it is called the good MnK won't do. God the good MnK won't do. Mana mo ga aghọta onwe ya in future. Enwere ike anọwazi, enwere ike ọghọtazi onwe. O nwere ike ịghọta onwe ya ma egogwu. Ịmara o nwere ka ndị ekperima si eme. O nwere ka ndị ekperima si eme. Let me tell you something. Onye ọbụla dị corrupt o nwere ka o si eme. O nwere ike billions ha bugara na. O nwere ike ego agwụla hazie ya ihe. O nwere ike ya realize onwe ya. Yoba yozi ayo ya ham na gwa essence. But awo maka ega ahụ ka nọrọ, and the way o ji aga na ega ahụ ga-agwụla ha. Ega ga-agwụrịrị. Ma where ega ga-agwụ? They did not just only recruit local media. They did not just only recruit local media. They also recruit international. People like Methuselah, they are receiving salary. Now, the one in Canada is receiving salary. The one in, you see, all of them. And the one in abroad can never receive less than 1,000 a month. Okay, let's say the people in Nigeria can receive, let's say $100, they change it. The money are Catholic. All those ones, when they are 40,000 naira, in that 50,000, and then on Nigeria, but in the MnK no abroad, you have to pay them with the currency where they are. Politicians are not giving. Politicians are not giving again. Politicians are not giving. That is why I would at Aziharo. Politicians and Abraham Hangologa stop. Politicians are not giving the money again. And some people who are even, have sympathy, very soon they will stop. Very soon, these people will stop. You will see politicians will tell them, go back to IPOB. Go and make peace with them. Go and see what will play out. Very soon, they got a gula. So please and please, don't support evil in a spirit of emotion, or the very dangerous. Or the very, very dangerous. Or the very, very dangerous. Don't support evil. Please and please. Whatever you do in this life, don't put your hand in evil. Always abstain from it. Always run away from it. Don't participate. Even though you are hungry. I keep on telling you, hungry can never kill you. Instead of hungry, go and beg. Guy, you are your evening. Don't participate. Better go and beg and eat. You see, the life of Mazi and Kanu is in a very deep mess. The life of Mazi and Kanu is in a very deep mess. It's in a very deep mess. Sometimes I used to stay like this. I say, despite what we find out, despite not telling us the truth, even all this while, but through his voice, we will be able to prepare for our people. That is one thing that I say, no matter what Mazi and Kanu has done, for making the Easterners prepare themselves ahead of other people, at least we should show him mercy. That's why I keep on talking about apologize to IPOB, write letter of apology. If Mazi and Kanu issue letter of apology today in IPOB, let me forget about the anger people have already have against him in IPOB, but it doesn't matter. I trust our people. I keep on telling our people, you see, for we to form our security for ourselves, to protect our people, let all of us look onto that. I know he was not the one that formed ESN. It is the leadership that formed ESN. No, apart from that. But the credit was given to him as a leader. Somebody may say, are we showing him mercy because of ESN that he formed that is protecting our people? Yes. Let us give him the credit. Because anytime I talk, anytime I say this thing, one spirit always tell me, come, tell your people that Mazi and Kanu must be forgiven. He said, I don't do things on my own. Spirit always I said, why? I said, because his voice made your region to prepare. Without his voice, what is happening in the north could have happened worst in the east. So that alone, both the politician he offended, people he collected money from them and tried to blackmail them, he continued collecting, because that's what he did to most of them. Most of them came to him and said, take this money, support Biafra. Then the person will come out and ask him, which level have you gotten this very movement to. He will turn around, threaten the person, try to blackmail the person will run away. This is the reason why many politicians refuse to support this movement. Because one, they thought that this is what IPOB generally will do. They never knew that none of IPOB member is aware of this nonsense. Nobody, they don't know. It is now they know that IPOB members are not even aware. He was doing that in alone. He was using that strategy alone. So for that reason only, that is voice alone that make us get prepared. While our people life today are secure. Please, every Biafran, every Easterner, both the people he offended directly or indirectly, all of us, if he write letter to IPOB, apology, all of us we must forgive him. Because we must follow the direction, we must follow the directive of God. That is what God is the supreme. So not anybody. We may not even like it. Even me. If I tell you that somebody who engages in such act, that me, I like him, I don't like him. But we must obey. We must obey. Forgive him, yes, we must forgive him. But he must humble himself. No, it's not, even though Mazi Nnamdi cannot come out today, we take him, he enter IPOB. IPOB is an institution now. It's not that time, even the institution, that is the department that is taking care of radio. You know, before he was the one taking care of radio. Anytime he want to speak, he will on the radio and speak whatever he want. But now, no department of radio can never allow him to speak. Then command and control. No, I don't push Goku that nonsense again. Anytime what radio, yeah, about the Department of Media, I want to come on radio. What do you want to say? What do you want? Give forward what you want to say. Let us look it and correct you. The topic you want to address. What do you want to address? Okay, that is not the time to address this thing. If I address this thing, it will spoil something. Don't go there. Don't touch this one. Then no say what was it I do? Because nobody will give asset. Nobody will give him asset to radio because the members of DOS now does not even have the pin of that radio. It is only the director of the department have the pin. That is what you call institution. Only department think he is the leader. Even if you come out, we will restore him. But only financial department now another go as institution. I want to travel to Japan. On what mission do you want to travel to Japan? Who do you want to meet? Oh, okay, I want to meet with one politician like this or this. Okay, give us the name of the politicians. We are the one that will make the arrangement and inform him. So, again. About a ticket. Chow hotel at the Makwara your way. I was by hotel in the $1,000. And the $600. I'll bring the $250. I got your standard hotel, world standard hotel, $250, $200. I quarter your way. I said, this is where you will sleep. about a ticket. Later, you can go. Yeah, but as they say, like this type, that this style of institution, as a young man, he makes you official resigning, which I know he will not cope. Martin can never accept such condition. He can never accept that condition. So there's no way he will not walk away. Because that is our rule. So there's no way he will walk away when you see the institutional rules and regulation. He will walk away. He will know that there's no chance to do. He can authoritatively, that authoritativeness, the institution have diffused it. Or even all balloon, it diffused it. So I am many. O Jabanum Boko or establish here one. Nkiyamaga eji aka ahụ ojikwa la a control. But ya megode ka anyị kpọpụtagodi ya first. Because one that force that can bring him out than IPO. Somebody asks, are you with him or I am with Biafra? What he calls us is for Biafra. I hope my question has answered. I say, are you with him or against him? I am with Biafra. I am not against him, but I am 100% with the Biafra. Biafra restoration. I hope I have answered you. Say good Chuku Nyere. Good Chuku, I have answered your question. Very simple. I am here today not because of Mazi Nnamdi. I am here today because of Biafra restoration. Period. I am too engaged to be here because of any man. I'm here because of I want a nation which we can call our own. That is it. You know, why people must understand what they want. I know what I want. And that is why I'm here. Not for another thing. They will. So, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom, every Biafrans living in Brazil, please, we have secured police permit for our 30th May. Praça República on Saturday. That is where we are going to assemble. Police officers and security are there because they have given the approval. The approval letter has been stamped. So they are there to guide us, to protect us for our 30th May, to watch over us, so that nobody will come there and do any nonsense. Good Chikunyere. Nobody is, what I'm telling you is when you see corruption, call it corruption. You understand me? That's the only way we can lay a very good foundation for Biafra. Because if you allow it like the way Mazi and Kanu we are going with his siblings, don't you see that if Biafra restore under that kind of act, don't you see that we have used our hand to create another country, another corrupt country in Africa again? And we don't want any additional corrupt country in Africa, because military personnel in Niger have rescued Niger from that nonsense. Burkina Faso have rescued Burkina Faso from that nonsense. Senegal have rescued their own from that nonsense. Many countries are rescuing their own, and now we want to create, and we want to come out from Nigeria to enter another nonsense. Because I was telling somebody, I said, imagine Biafra were restored with that pattern of Mazi and I said, the world could have just shouted on us, say, what is wrong with Africa? Coming out from one, enter another nonsense. Yes. Coming out from one, entering another nonsense. Does it make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. So I want everybody to help. I don't know how it will happen. Let these lawyers, because if these lawyers are not sent away from Mazi and Kanu, you see, these lawyers have been paid. Until all of us join hands together and drive them away, that is when Mazi and Kanu can see the light of the day. These lawyers must be driven away. Siblings of Mazi and Kanu must be driven away out of Mazi and Kanu's side. Then we bring him out first. Remember what I said? I said Mazi and Kanu should allow himself to be punished by IPOB rather than to be killed by his enemy. That's a very wise talk. This word is very deep. He should allow himself. David, I read a portion of Bible where David said, "Oh Lord, may I be punished by you, because I know you're a merciful God. May you never allow me to fall into my hands of my enemy." That is the portion of Bible I read for Mazi and Kanu. Mazi and Kanu should allow himself to be punished by IPOB. Because the people he offended, the people he betrayed, is IPOB. The people he betrayed is IPOB. The people he offended is IPOB. And what is the meaning of IPOB? IPOB is generally everybody, every Biafra. So while I say he should write letter of apology, that letter, as soon as he put IPOB on it and write that letter of apology, he addresses everybody, both the politicians, both IPOB members, both politicians, both our mothers, both our children, everybody. Everything joined together in that name, IPOB. And there's no way he will do that. All of us will now fold hand. Now, again, you will know that Biafrans are people. Let me tell you, there's something you people don't know. There are something you people don't know. Do you know how many people that have reached out? They say, "Lion man, if Mazi and Kanu do what you ask, we will step in." I'm telling you, both big lawyers. If you do what you told him to do, we will step in. But he is arrogant. We know that he cannot do it. Even that word, the deep. Somebody's telling you, I know he's arrogant. I know he will not do it. and we are going to leave him with these lawyers who have collected money on his head. Ihe anyị nọzi bụ ọ chọrọ ịdụ ndụ ya zụọ onwe ya ndụ, ọ chọkwana n'ọgwụ ọnwụ ka ọ chọrọ ịnwụ ya lidikwa onwe to his end. Nke a gbasara ya gbasa m. Ndewo. God bless you all for joining this very broadcast today. Please, this is our month of reflection. This is the month of our reflection. Please let us remember all our fallen heroes. And like Mazi said, if you know any veteran, bless them. Warahoji. Anyone you know, your capacity reach. The ones you know, call them directly, bless them. Because that is the reason why we are here today, is because of the fought and preserve our life. Mazi say, anyone you know, bless them. Use this season. Reach out to them. Nothing is small. 50,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 100,000. It goes a long way. Nigeria is very hard. Those people, they will know that yes, these children who have grown have showed them respect. If you know any veteran, please bless them. It's very, very necessary. Thank you, and God bless you all. Ndewo.